it's getting nicer out. The birds are chirping, the animals are coming out of hiding. And I said, why don't we get and figure out what's going on in our conservation areas? And I thought I would bring on Bonnie Carrey, who's the manager of communications, outreach, and education for the Lower Thames Conservation Area. Bonnie, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you very much for having me.
So I got to ask you, how are you and your family doing during this very interesting time in our community, province, and the rest of the world?
Oh boy, that's such a big question. We really are doing well as can be expected. We're healthy. I'm just feeling a little closed in at times and a little bored, but finding new things to do and exploring more outdoors and just trying to do our best to move this whole pandemic along so that we can get over it.
Yeah, I think we're all, like, with the nicer weather coming out, I think we're all really excited to, try see the world a little bit of social distancing, but which segues to my upcoming question. During these past 2 months, we have been social isolating and keeping our distance, but our conservation areas, which are, starting to bloom back after the winter, they haven't seen as much human interaction and human traffic to explore. What are you seeing nature-wise and animal-wise returning to the conservation areas with this less traffic coming around?
Right. Well, I think what we're seeing is maybe the animals and the bird life that have been there before that we just haven't taken the time in our busy lives to notice. Our areas have been open the entire time. We've been encouraging people to social distance and be respectful of the areas and of the other visitors. And I think just, being out in nature with less on your mind, well, I don't know, probably have a lot on your mind, but less busyness, possibly, to be able to see and enjoy nature. Everybody's starting to slow down a little bit, and maybe that's part of it. I'm not sure that there are more creatures, more animals and birds. This is a busy time of year with the migration, the spring migration. So of course you're getting the spring birds coming back. You're getting the animals waking up from hibernation, the turtles and the frogs and the toads singing. So you're noticing a lot more because it's nicer outside and you can get outside to enjoy the day. And maybe even our stewardship programs are starting to kick in a little bit. Our tree planting that we've done for years and years in Chatham-Kent. We're seeing more wetlands going in on private lands and more tall grass prairie being planted. So I'm hopeful that this cumulative effect of habitat creation is also helping.
Yep. Yeah. No, I think it's great that you guys are doing some amazing work to allow our citizens of CK to enjoy these nature areas. So before we went on the air, I was asking a question. There were some reports I saw online, in the West Coast region, less boat traffic means new sea turtles are populating in this area. What are we seeing in southwestern Ontario? Are we seeing any new species of different birds or animals that may not frequented the area that are coming because of these stewardship programs?
That's a hard one to answer. I don't think we have any concrete data on that. As I said, I'm hopeful that yes, we are seeing more bird life and more reptiles and amphibians that are enjoying the wetlands that we're creating. That's certainly a project worth pursuing as far as tracking numbers and that sort of thing. But it's also, we're seeing more animals this time of year anyway. We're out of the houses. It's not midwinter. It's people want to get out, and the birds are coming back now. We have various habitats that you can go and see. We have wetlands. We have tall grass prairie properties. We have Carolinian forest, which is what I'm standing in right now. And each of those habitats have their own animal life. So depending on, if you want to see prairie birds like the bobolinks, or if you want to see or bluebirds, or if you want to see wetland birds, you can just sort of travel around the watershed and pick some properties and do some exploring and learning.
Yep. And I think a lot of families out there are going to bring their little ones out there to say, check resources online to see, look for that certain bird that you may have never seen before, or, that muskrat that has been coming out of hiding. So I think it's with, some of our summer programs and, things that are shutting down, this is going to be a great, segue for them to go and, experience what the world has for us. So I think families should, adhere to that. So I'm going to kind of take a little turn here. This is the season, again, where people are coming outside, and it's the time to plant trees, It's so important for all these conservation areas. Is COVID-19 really preventing or affecting tree planting for this season?
In our area, we've put some protocols in place. Our tree planting program has gone ahead. We haven't cut back our tree planting, our numbers. This year we're planting, I believe it's 93,000 trees with our local landowners. And however, having said that, our methodology of planting has certainly taken a little bit of a turn. It's taking us a little longer to deliver the trees to the landowners. It's taking some planning to work around the tree cooler where we've got all our stock stored. The actual tree planting machine that we sit on, we're only allowing one person to tree plant at a time, and the other person is social distancing behind and making sure the trees are going in the right way. And so we're really social distancing. We're trying to stay safe. All our staff are still healthy. We're doing the best we can as far as getting the trees to the landowners as quickly as possible. The weather's been on our side because it's been nice and cool. It's perfect planting weather. Here we're going to get a little bit of rain this weekend, so they're really working hard this week to get as many in the ground as possible. Yeah.
That's great. I'm just going to follow up. Is there anything citizens of CK can do? Obviously, with COVID kind of in place, is there any way that they can, help out with the Lower Thames and plant trees? Is that program still in effect?
Well, we won't be doing any public plantings because of COVID this year. But the trees, if people want to order trees, our order is usually by mid-March of every year. So the beginning of the year, we post our tree species list, and people can go onto our website and select trees that they would like to order, get their order in before mid-March, and then off to the races in April and May.
That's great. So for next year, you guys are looking for something special to do, a cool little Mother's Day gift, Father's Day gift, Chris. You can plant a tree for someone special, though. Bonnie, thank you for all that you and your team are doing. Is there anything else that you would like to add as we close up?
Only for people to please stay safe and healthy. Let's not drag this out for another round two. Please come out and enjoy our conservation areas. They are open. We're going to delay our camping season for a bit. We'll see what happens with government regulations. But we just ask that people are respectful of the properties, pick up after yourselves and your pet. We don't have the water turned on yet or the washrooms open. So it's, just enjoy yourselves and reconnect with nature, but help maybe support our conservation areas by paying the user fee. That always makes a difference.
Yep. Nope. People are looking for donations, whether it's local businesses for gift cards, but, even sending a few dollars to the Lower Thames, if you're enjoying the area, give them that $5, $10, $15, if you're looking for a donation. So again, Bonnie, thank you for all what you and your team are doing, and I hope you guys are staying safe. And when this is all said and done, I hope we can have ourselves a big Chatham-Kent block party to celebrate.
Oh, that sounds like a plan. Thank you. Stay safe.